international Lucas Guerrero. It's our last race of the day. It's X30 Senior qualifying heat C versus F, and there is still one of those pole positions for the Super Heats tomorrow up for grabs. We'll take you through the grid then for this one. 34 drivers heading out for their formation laps. Toby Gale starts this one from pole position. The driver from Thailand has had a bit of a rocky run through these heats, but has got a good opportunity here to elevate himself up, as there's been drama on the first few laps. We'll come back to why in a moment. Roxanne Lantinga starts P2 on the grid, and then I think it would say that Angelo Melli or Kasper Haugman will start this one from row 2, but did a 360 out of turn 2 on the formation lap. An amazing save. Row 3, Hugo Marti and Ruben Moya. Aaron Garcia is your driver, who could still be a pole sitter tomorrow. Has to win this race, though, from the inside of row number 4. Thomas Hansen joins him for company on that one. Alois Girardet and Morgan Moore go from row 5. Santiago Alves and Daniel Mota go from row 6. Otto Pukkanen and Oscar Goodshow on row 7. And then completing the first half of the field, Aaron Vader and Grimes Michael Back will not take the start on row number 8.
For their final race of the day, going from row number 9, we have Adrian Martinez with Sam Branston. From 10, Gabe Stilp with Noah Mengel. And then going from row number 11, we are supposed to have Lewis Bird, but we've got reports that he is missing. He should be starting alongside Sean Hogan. From 12, Robin Happenrein with Oliver Meek. And then from 13, it's Louis Martinez with Jonathan Landstrom. 14, Yves Riz with P2 Mamelstead. And then from 15, Rafael Rayuna with Luis Agua. 16, Andre De Bija with Martin Foley. And rounding out your field of 17 rows in total, 34 X30 senior drivers, we have Christian Fuent and Emmanuel Liadikis.
Apologies, I think it was mistaken on identity on my part. I think it actually was Thomas Hansen who did the 360. I've asked, sadly I don't think our cameras caught it. So you'll just have to trust me if you're not at the circuit. It was amazing.
Impressive.
It was impressive. It went from hero to zero to hero in the space of about, well, 2 revolutions of a go-kart. So anyway, right, last race of the day then. Toby Gale will start this one from pole position for the Monlau Motorsport team. Roxanne Lantinga drawing alongside there. We'll have that tricky start from the outside of row number 1. Dan Ashton just directing the drivers there to get into 2x2 formation, go through the cut-through. No more weaving. Let's get this race underway. Just instructing the back of the field to make haste and catch up to the back of the field. Are we going to be good for a start at the first time of asking here? 11 laps to finish the day in X30 Senior. Away we go then down towards turn number 1. Toby Gale will lead. Roxanne Lantinga will have to be patient. Oh, not a good start at all there. That was Santiago Alves in the 284 getting tipped round. Not the cleanest of starts from the seniors. They're hopping across the curb as usual. And, well, there was a big cut across the grass there for one driver. No dramas, though, for Toby Gale. Nicole, this is a nice early lead.
No, in the start then, it was P2 Mamelstead that also got hung out to dry at turn number 1 on the outside, and it just did not go well for the 273. Now then, at the front, these challenges are going to go on, I would say, throughout this entire race, Andrew. Up into P2, the 225 goes. So Aaron Garcia already has absolutely stormed through the field that started ahead of him. These drivers down under the start-finish gantry to complete their first lap of racing, still on the back of Toby Gale, who is your race leader. Garcia P2 with 5 places gained, and then we have Hugo Marti in P3. Roxanne Lantinga, despite deploying new tyres within this one, she's fallen down the order early on. Is it the question of maybe they're just not ready for her yet temperature-wise? We'll have to watch it unfold. But for the start of this one, Roxanne just falling short slightly.
Yeah, air temperature's still pretty good. 20 degrees Celsius. There's big move coming in there from the 313 of Alois Girardet. Good move by the French driver to gain another position. Should just note as well, we have no Lewis Bird in this race. I just want to say at the end of the season, Lewis Bird's had a really tough year. And I feel for him, and I hope this is not the last time that I see Lewis Bird in a paddock, because he's a fantastic driver.
Great character.
Great character in the paddock. This will more than likely be the end of his season. Lewis, if you're listening, I really want to see you on the grid in 2026, mate. So that is Lewis Bird out of this one. And I say with the results this weekend, might be out of the top 72. Again, I hope I'm wrong. Adrian Mustienes, though, up 8 places in this one and is now your fastest driver on circuit. I just got distracted there because I can hear someone's exhaust silencer is not attached. We've gone old school for a moment with somebody out now. There, the question is, who is it?
Yeah, feeling sorry for anybody that sat too close to the sidelines, because that is one of the loudest noises you can actually hear. It really does vibrate through.
There we go. 210. Sean Hogan will be out of this one then, and that might be another driver whose IWF for 2025 is done and dusted there through the cut through. Was going to 282, sorry, 292. That was Thomas Hansen with that bright blue and yellow machine. No mechanical flag yet, and there won't need to be because Sean's done the correct thing there. Wow, that's a sound and a half. Past our camera point, out of the race, and that's going to be some work for the Brenatech team. This is a big move, though, to the lead of the race. Aaron Garcia has taken the lead of this one. This is what Aaron Garcia needs. He's got a 6-point deficit at the moment to Danny Caronini. Sorry, 3-point deficit to Danny Caronini as one of the kids to win drivers is out of this race. It was the 246 off the road there.
Mustienes.
So Mustienes has gone from this one. Ruben Moya's fallen down the order as well, so there's big drivers in this race having troubles, but no troubles for Aaron Garcia. Right now, he's going to be on pole position for a superheat tomorrow. Yes, the points now update. 279 for Garcia. It's a 3-point advantage now over Caronini, and this is how he did it, Nicole.
Down the inside, clean as you like. A power move there by Garcia. Just snatches it away from Toby Gale. Gale, though, after drama yesterday with the hub coming off and various poor results, I would expect him to still try and get past Garcia again. He's got a lot to lose throughout this race. He is quite far down in your points order, and not a driver pace-wise who should actually be that far down. Out of the final couple of corners, these drivers will go. The two on the screen, Gale and Garcia, getting these sequences absolutely correct, because the pace between those two drivers on the previous lap was that they are some of the quickest out there on this circuit. Despite, being in a little bit of wind now out there, they're still pushing forward. Garcia then holds on to it nicely. Gale doesn't attempt to move through 2 and 3. Watching through this sequence, though, if Gale can get this point in the circuit right, the moves can open up. They can exist into turn number 11, which has been a continuous hotspot this weekend for these drivers. Moya, fastest driver on the track for the time being. That's devastating news. I think that's the 316 that is out. Melli there that started on the second row finds himself going no further and just devastated, and you can see he's distraught out there. Yeah,
because that's the top 10 gone. That's the top 10 that was on the cards for the PJM team, and Angelo Melli's hopes of being further up the order in this one could be gone after that retirement. And tell you what, Toby Gale is not letting Aaron Garcia get away with this. This is a good run from Toby Gale that's keeping the Thai driver in play right now. Aaron Garcia, how much of a risk does he take here? If you're just joining us, Garcia, to secure pole position for the second of the superheats tomorrow, has to win this race. Second place in terms of the intermediate points would not be enough. And again, I'll say it, second place is a bit of a tricky place to start around this circuit. 5-second penalty via a warning flag for Adrian Mustienes. That's not really going to affect things too much. Mustienes is already out of this race. This was the moment down into, Thomas Hansen. Sparks flying now. What a spectacular race the 292 is having. Yeah, we had some sparks flick up then. Quite exciting for the last couple of laps of this race. Lantinga then finds herself back inside the top 3. Lantinga, I've had reports then from Agrid. She deployed 3 new tyres going into this race, which is a bit of a different setup. That's just the news that I've had. Now she's found her feet again once more within this race. It's only a
one position that she's lost overall, but looks comfortable there, a little bit further behind the Birrell of Toby Gale, but has, you know, found a rhythm now within the second part of this heat.
A really interesting part of this day, Nicole, as we're into the second half of this one, it's just a couple of drivers suddenly lighting up the timesheets and reminding us that as we go into the finals tomorrow,
I'm here.
I'm here. And the latest one's Gabriel Stilp, up 15 places, has just gone purple through sector number 1. Knows what it's like to win an IWF final, of course, in previous editions. Just see him at the back of the shot there in P4 as Toby Gale has a little look into turn 1 and trying to find a way through past Aaron Garcia. But still, I think will be the very definition of a dark horse tomorrow, but sometimes a dark horse can take the green.
I don't think it even necessarily dark horse is fair. Gabe Stilp comes from, you know, a karting family.
Yeah.
You know, the Croc team, well known in the paddock. He jumped over to single-seater racing for a short while, competed with High Tech in British Formula 4, but has come back to karting because this is his home. This is where he loves to compete. A two-time IWF champion in the junior class. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Gabe Stilp pulls off tomorrow. I think he's got a great chance, and also as well that excitement, that thought of I could get a third championship belt to my tally now, as that was almost some moments there, Andrew.
Yeah, sorry for cutting across you there. That was good show, trying to get down the inside of Hugo Marti for 6th place at one of the most, well, you need a deft touch through that part of the circuit. Right, it's starting to spice up at the front of the order. We've got 2 laps of this one to go. Aaron Garcia is starting to defend. He's very good through this middle part of the circuit. All of these twists and turns from turn 4 through 5, 6, 7, now through 8, 9, 10, all the way till you get it to pretty much this point here, turn 11. It's one of the reasons why I really like this circuit. I like kart circuits that give the teams a bit of a headache. They probably don't like me for saying this, but you know, you've got that contrast of, you know, the speed that you need through sectors 1 and 3, but then you have to have a car that handles through sector number 2. Now Toby Gale starting to put the pressure on. We're on to the last lap here. Aaron Garcia, if he wants to be on pole position tomorrow, has got to hold off one of this new generation of Thai driver. Garcia holds onto it for now, down into turn 3. That's a good look at the moment. Over the curb, no problems there for Garcia. Gale's got to work really, really hard and be patient as well through this sequence of corners. Turn 11 will be an opportunity, but the best one of all will be out of turn 14 and down towards the final chicane. Good covering there by Garcia, just gets it calmly stopped on the brakes. Garcia has looked really good on the brakes today as there's things going on behind between Mota, Lantinga and Goodshow, but we're going to stay with this battle for the race lead because Garcia is counting the corners down now to try and hold on to this pole position. Gale desperately trying to get him off the racing line. He's going to have to throw him around the outside if he wants to win this race. Garcia's going to hold on here. This is a really gutsy drive from the IAME Euro Series champion. Aaron Garcia is on pole position tomorrow for Superheat B and has a very good chance of adding the IWF title to his Euro Series championship that he won earlier on this year on home soil. Garcia takes it and it's a 3-point advantage over Karen Nini.
Absolutely is. Garcia then did exactly what the mission said. Go out there, take that race win and take it with a 6th position gain overall. A name, though, we have to mention, we have to speak about. Andrew, Gabriel Stilp finishes that race in P3, 16 positions in total. We didn't see what unfolded behind Gale and Aaron Garcia there in the last couple of laps, where Stilp managed to get into P3. Did see Roxanne Lantinga fall down slightly on the timing screens, and she was momentarily in that position, but still pulls it off, finishes inside of the top 3. What a race from our drivers, led by Garcia. We then, of course, have Gale, Stilp, Mota and Godjo as your top 5. Alois Girardet finishes his day in P6 ahead of Hugo Marti. Roxanne Lantinga rounds out her qualifying heats with a P8. We then have Aaron Wieder and then Ruben Moya as well. After your top 10, it's Otto Pukkanen with Caspian Hagman, Thomas Hansen, Louis Agua and Santiago Alves as your top 15. Noah Mengel, Rafael Rajani, Andrea Dabija, Robin Haberlin and Jonathan Landstrom are your top 20.